Welcome to our home away from home on the Carnival Celebration. We stayed in room 14489, a balcony room on the starboard side, just steps from the aft elevator bank. This made it really easy to get around the ship, especially on port days. I'll tell you about that little secret later. This is Rufus the Bulldog. He's going to take you on a tour of the stateroom and show you how to utilize a few cruise essentials to make the most of the space. I have to say that our stateroom attendant on this cruise was the best towel animal artist we've ever had. Rufus has so many cool friends. Check him out. Okay, Rufus, enough playing around. Let's get back to the tour. There are two large closets located to the right as you enter the stateroom. On the Excel class of ship, Carnival uses a modular design that allows cruisers to customize the closet configuration to suit each person's needs. You can see how this board can be pulled down for more shelf space, or left up to give room to hang clothes. There is also a standard safe. This one works with your choice of a 4-digit code or a credit card. The code must be reset each time you open it. On our cruise, the previous occupant of our cabin forgot to leave the safe open with the code reset when they disembarked. We had to call guest services to send a special technician to come unlock it. The safe can easily fit a few wallets and passports, as well as a small jewelry box and electronic devices up to the size of an iPad. In the second closet, there are more of the adjustable shelves. Now, here's a cruise hack I learned recently. The back of the closet is simply the stateroom wall, so it is magnetic. I use a pair of my magnetic hooks to hold open a mesh laundry bag. It's an easy way to keep my dirty clothes separate at the end of the day, and the mesh bag allows anything that's a bit damp to dry out. There's also a full-length mirror in this closet. On the other side of this little hallway, there are 3 hooks outside of the bathroom for hanging towels or jackets. This is convenient because we found the bath towels don't really dry out when you leave them in the bathroom. And here is that bathroom. This is definitely my least favorite part of our stateroom. The bathroom is noticeably smaller than on other classes of Carnival ships. You can see there is literally only 2 square feet of room to stand here. The makeup mirror is way on the far wall behind the toilet. It is on an arm that extends out, but it is still pretty awkward to use. I was skeptical that you'd even be able to maneuver around enough to open the shower door, but it's on this innovative hinge, so it tucks out of the way and works out okay. In the shower, there is a dispenser for shampoo and for body wash. Both are, frankly, terrible, so we always pack our own bath products. There is a clothesline here if you need to let your swimsuits drip dry. But if you want them to completely dry out, you'll need to put them on the balcony in the sun. Seriously, nothing ever dried completely when left in the bathroom. One more tip on the shower. If you want the water hotter, there is a button on the back of the temperature control knob. You have to push the button in and turn the knob further. It can get quite hot, so be careful. Here on the Carnival Celebration, life jackets are stored at your muster station, not in your stateroom. That means there is plenty of space under your bed to fit your suitcases. We have a 26-inch fabric suitcase and a 28-inch fiberglass suitcase. You can see that both fit easily under the bed with room to spare. On either side of the bed, there are 2 shelves, a reading light, and a USB charging port. We love the lighting in this room. In addition to those reading lights, there is a soft light behind the headboard, which is great when you're getting ready for bed. Also, the AC vent is right above the bed, which keeps the whole area nice and cool, perfect for sleeping. There is a big TV right across from the bed. It has a decent range of movies, both free and paid. There's also a few TV channels, not any that I really cared for, but you could get some limited news and cartoons. Next to the TV, you can see I've used a few more of my magnetic hooks to provide a place to hang some items I use almost every day. Between the bed and the window, there is a nice long couch. This one is long enough to lay down on and can be turned into an extra bed if you've got more than 2 people staying in the stateroom. Next to the couch is one more reading light, although this one does not have a USB port. Opposite the couch is a vanity or work area. This was where we kept pretty much all of our non-clothes items. There are 2 shelves, so each of us gets one to store our smaller items. On the left-hand side, there is a tray with 2 water glasses and 2 large water bottles. As a side note, I've become in the habit of putting my reusable water bottle on this silver tray too. I always fill it with ice water, and when I bring it back to the room, the condensation on the outside drips all over the vanity. The silver tray keeps that liquid contained. These water bottles are not free. You can see they cost $4.75 plus an extra 18% gratuity. But if you have gold or higher loyalty status on Carnival, you get one complimentary 1.5 liter bottle of water per cruise. We always take advantage of these bottles now that we've earned it. And that reminds me about that port day secret I mentioned. So, the aft elevators do not go all the way down to the gangway on deck 3. And that means that although the forward and mid elevators are super crowded around all aboard time, the aft elevators are not. So we simply walked up 2 flights of stairs from the gangway to deck 5, then went to the back of the ship where there was no waiting at all for an elevator and took that to deck 14. Then blam! We were back in our room. Here is the stateroom phone. You can use this to call room service, guest services between staterooms, and even a friend back on land. Yep, that's right. Carnival offers ship-to-shore services at the cheapest rate of any cruise line, only $1.99 per minute. We talk all about it in this video. Under the vanity mirror, there are 3 standard outlets and 4 USB ports. Most of the time, that's plenty for us, which is a nice change from the older ships. But we always pack a couple of multi-plug adapters just in case. Here's 2 other cruise essentials we make sure to bring along. First off is some electrolyte powders. We spend as much time as possible in the Caribbean sun, and getting dehydrated is no fun. Mix one of these pouches into a glass of water and you're good to go. Next up, you can see our portable USB-powered fan. This little guy takes up hardly any room, but packs a punch. It keeps the air in our stateroom circulating and provides a bit of white noise while we sleep. Under the desktop, there is a minibar. Carnival has a sticker on the outside to remind you that it's not a fridge. We haven't ever had a problem with that on other ships, but on the Celebration, this cooler simply didn't cut it. I noticed absolutely no difference between room temperature and inside the cooler. This was slightly frustrating, as we had to get ice whenever we wanted a cold drink. Next to the fridge, you can see there are 3 drawers. In the top drawer, you'll find some laundry bags and tickets. Simply fill this form out and leave it with your clothes for your stateroom attendant. He'll return the items to you clean. Now, it is a bit confusing because there are prices per item, as well as the option to simply fill a bag. Fill out the price per item if you want each item cleaned and pressed. Otherwise, fill out the quantities, but not the prices, and you will be charged $15 per bag for the clothes to be washed and folded, but not ironed. In one of the other drawers, you will find a bag with a hairdryer. I should have taken this out of the bag before I started filming because it was really hard to get out with one hand. But here you go, a basic Conair hairdryer with low, medium, high, and a cool setting. Now, this vanity stool is pretty clever. It can be used as a footstool or as extra seating in your stateroom or as a hidden storage space. And if you turn the lid upside down, it doubles as a room service tray. Okay, one final thing on the vanity, there is a light built into the vanity mirror. It actually works great as an extra light on this side of the room. We often used this light and turned off all the others when one of us wanted to sleep while the other worked. Now let's head outside and check out this balcony. Make sure you've unlocked the child-proof safety lock. And just a reminder, there is no smoking on the balcony. This is both for fire safety and for respecting other guests. Unfortunately, our neighbors on this cruise did not get the memo, and we frequently smelled cigarette smoke coming from their balcony. It was pretty annoying and kept us from sitting on our balcony sometimes because we didn't want to sit in a cloud of cigarette smoke. But when we could enjoy the fresh ocean air, we definitely did. There is good news about this view. You can see the hot tubs down on deck 8 and keep tabs on them to know when they are empty. The bad news is, on our cruise at least, they were never empty. Oh well, you still can't beat a balcony room on a Caribbean cruise. If you want to see more about our time on the Carnival Celebration, be sure to check out our full ship tour. We take a deck-by-deck walking tour of the entire ship, and there's a lot going on. You'll also want to watch our review of our time on the Carnival Celebration. We talk about the good, the bad, and all the fun cruise tips we learned. Check it out here. Until next time, no matter what ship you sail on, no matter what port you sail to, adventure awaits.